models are ugly.
What?
They're ugly.
Yeah. Did you see the fucking what they're talking about doing on Bob?
What?
Like
Oh,
like
the
fixing the inherits and everything. And then everybody was like, I don't think it's that bad of an idea, honestly, but like, oh,
Is
everybody
it?
with like, everyone with super nested dinos is raging right now.
oh yeah.
Nah,
Yeah,
don't
'cause
do it.
I
like they
thought
were
wasn't
quote
it like a
unquote
good
balanced.
idea? Wasn't it?
I
I would
I
just.
think it's a good
What
idea, balance wise. Yeah,
what
Like
was
in my
the
opinion,
it just
idea?
it pretty much prevents super nesting.
That sounds like an
Bro,
amazing idea.
like he can't get more than
yeah,
15 inherits. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
that sounds like an amazing
yeah,
idea.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
people are just
That's what
mad
I'm
they are
saying.
losing
Cause
their fucking 30 billion inherited
yeah,
dinos.
Like, yeah, I mean,
Only
yeah.
half
I
See,
of
the
think
them.
it's a
rule they
good.
made was if you,
I think it's a good idea in the sense that moving forward it should be a thing, but I don't think they should erase
yeah.
everything. That
Like
like
yeah,
Well,
like
see,
keep
the
the
thing
like
is,
no
they
keep
said
like keep
that
the dinosaurs right now that are super nested just so people don't
yeah,
rage quit. But after you lose that one, or if you give up on that one, you're gonna
yeah,
have to follow the new update rule where that's instated. You know,
yeah,
or
yeah.
if
Because what
I
they're
don't
saying
know.
right now is if you have if you have more than 15 inherits, then when they put the put the update in, it takes away some of your inherits till you have
that's
only 15,
horrible.
Yeah, it's
like
gonna.
at
Yeah,
random.
that's
They
definitely.
take them
I
away.
think that's why everybody's mad. Like that's not.
That's what
Like why
most
can't they
people are
just
mad
code it
about.
to where you can keep your dinosaurs in here? It's just have the new
Yeah,
people only get 15. Because there's, believe it or
yeah,
not, being a super nested dinosaur is pretty rare. Like the majority of the player base is
yeah,
not super nested, so I don't see the issue in, just
yeah. For the most part, yeah, yeah.
Unless
yeah.
you're in a clan.
The only thing I could see is yeah, the meg packs, man.
They're
Like
gonna
that
have to
are already
fucking
like
like 15 inherits still is a lot of fucking inherits, bro. Like I don't
yeah.
really don't see like that
No, yeah,
big.
it's
Like
still
like
Like
if
no.
I had 15 inherits on any dino,
Yeah,
that's super
I don't
nested
think
to
I've ever
me.
had.
That's super nested to me. Like no matter
Yeah,
what.
I don't
it's
think
like
I've ever had 15 inherits, bro. Never.
Yeah, definitely
it's
not.
because the inherent power creep is so fucking powerful. People just forget how OP having like more than 10 inherits is.
Yeah,
Yeah, bro. I get happy if I get an acro with like five or six, like
yeah,
5 or 6 good ones. Like say brawler. If I get an acro with brawler and it's rated, I'm happy, bro. That's the only two inherits I
yeah,
need.
yeah.
But some of these
No,
bitches need like they need +2 healing into more brawler and rated and then
yeah,
persistence and
yeah.
that's a
No,
good
for real.
acro. I was like, dude, no, that's not a good acro. That is a one of a one of a fucking generation acro. You're never gonna see that acro again, ever
Well,
again.
that's like that's the point where it's like you just use the inherits to fucking cover up the fact that you can't.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
can't play the game.
It's like
yeah, it's
how
like if you
all
need
these speed survival
plus
meg
two
clans are successful.
Yeah,
everything. Yeah,
That's why speed survival meg is viable because you get +2 strong
like
bones and +2 serrated.
man, yeah. And for example, like what happened to my speed Rex that time with those megs, motherfucker. Like
yeah,
he should not have outrun me. Like
yeah.
he should not have outrun me after I crippled him, bro. He had
Yeah, he should have
55
died there.
injury.
That
Yeah, I
was
remember
literally
that. I
his
remember
fate.
that. Yeah, that was one of the
Yeah,
last times I played BOB. I
yeah,
think that was like one of the last days.
yeah. That was my last day. Actually, I haven't played it since.
Yeah,
I think.
I haven't played BOB in
Or
like a week, maybe longer.
actually, wait. I
Oh,
think I got on Koa once. Oh,
yeah,
I got
I
on
think
Koa
your
on
last time playing was on
the
the
Hive
fucking
server.
Hive thing.
yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Looking back at
yeah.
it,
Cause
Koa
I got on
is
Koa.
still imbalanced in my opinion. It's still
Dude, Koa is
strong, bro.
fucking busted.
It is strong.
Yeah,
It's not even like it's not.
it's I it's strong in a 1v1. If you add two acros, two Rexes, it's dead.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that's like it
It's
can't.
unimaginably strong in a 1v1. It's like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
big
although you can't
yeah.
apply this, you can't apply the same logic to like a Psy, one size strong
Yeah,
1v1
exactly.
to an acro,
Yeah,
but add two acros and it's dead.
and
But
yeah,
actually applied
exactly.
to
I feel
every
like that
single
is
dinosaur.
Koa is fair in that sense where if you add a
Yeah,
secondary hunter, it should get hunted like it should, but
yeah,
I feel like
yeah.
it's unnecessarily strong in a 1v1, like to the point,
Yeah.
even the
To
Psy,
the point where it's
yeah,
not worth it.
yeah, when Psy versus Acro 1-on-1 is in Psy's favor, despite what a lot of people think, but it's like
Yeah,
it's almost unnecessarily in Psy's favor because you can literally intim hunt the Acro, but
yeah,
but
exactly.
like it's like pushing the edge, but I think Koa goes over the edge because Koa has
See, yeah,
like
because
this.
Koa's
Yeah,
speedier.
there's only a few.
Koa's
Yeah, there's
faster.
only a few things you have to learn to counterplay Akros and Rex's as a Koa, which is like the turning.
Yeah,
You know, I think
yeah,
I think I was teaching you how it is to
yeah.
fight,
Me and
and then
you,
yeah, as soon as you learned, I
me and
couldn't
you.
kill you. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
couldn't kill you
exactly.
anymore. Like
As soon
that's
as I
all you had to
figured it out, I
learn.
was like, yeah,
Invincible, 1v1
yeah.
basically.
That Koa was a fucking tank, though.
Yeah, it was.
I built that thing. That was retarded. 4 con and like max stick.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, I have like a reimagination of Psy's ability where it's like more of a parry, like in the fighting games.
Yeah, dude, that would have been so much better, bro.
Dude,
You
I
have
swear,
no
Yeah,
idea. Like a
it's so much
like a
more
timed
exclusive. I
block
think
type of thing, rather than just sit there with your shield.
it's it's
yeah,
it's like it gives an unimaginable amount of skill expression.
Yeah,
yeah. Wait for
that's
Sai, you said?
Yeah, for
yeah. You
Psy.
talk about Sai.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sai would
Well,
have
the thing
been
is,
so
yeah,
good.
like if a Sai cripples you, all it has to do is walk into you and then spam its shield, and the shield will
Yeah,
stay open, and
yeah.
you can't touch it. You just have to stand there and get hit. Like,
Or die quicker by biting it.
yeah,
And
exactly.
then people are like, well, just get better. Well, that's literally a one outcome
Yeah,
scenario. It's not a matter of
yeah,
getting
All you
yeah,
better.
do anything is get
yeah.
injured.
Or they
I
say,
don't
or
care
the
how fucking god tier you are, Bob. Like you're
yeah.
gonna die if a Sai's under you.
Or they
Like,
say, oh, you shouldn't have gotten hit that many times. Well, I was like, okay, you can apply that same logic to every single person who plays the
yeah,
game. Like, that's not a thing where, it's
yeah.
like,
Especially with Bob, man. Like
yeah, like you're
the amount of
going
times
to
I
get
lag into a
unnecessarily,
KO.
yeah,
Yeah,
like you can't expect someone to be like unkillable in the game. Like you can't
yeah,
expect someone to be that good
yeah,
at the game where they get like hit 3 or 4 times throughout the entire fight. That's just simply not possible because
yeah.
for some matchups you
Exactly.
have to trade hits. You have
Yep.
to get hit in order to deal damage for some of these
Yeah.
Also,
dinosaurs.
in matchups
Especially when
like
it
the
comes to like Sai and
Yeah.
Koa. And he just runs at a Rex and he doesn't even care if they're facing him. He just runs right into their mouth,
Yeah,
punts them, does like fucking 900 damage and like 100 plus injury, and then he just turns around and walks away with like
yeah.
30 injury.
That's wild, bro.
like,
A game
like,
I
should
would
not.
never
and
I
he
don't
gets
fight
hit
care.
by them.
Like, I don't care what
Yeah,
balancing or, oh, this is how it scales type of conversation you want to have. I'll even apply this to acro, bro. I
yeah,
won't lie. A 2.0 acro with 5 instant more, it shouldn't be a thing. Like, sure,
yeah.
I'm gonna defend
It
acro when it's like, oh, acro's OP. I'm gonna use 2.0 as an example. No, I hate that shit. But
see
if you're gonna
the
say the game isn't balanced, I'll agree with you. Yeah, the game isn't balanced, and this is
yeah,
why.
it is not.
the
It is
game
not.
isn't
Yeah,
balanced. It's balanced
and
around inherits and not the
Yeah,
dinosaurs.
yeah, yeah, it is. It's balanced around nesting, and I honestly, I think they should just revert back to when it was more of a fucking when it used to be an arcade style, and everybody grew at like the same pace,
yeah.
and you could grow really fast.
Dude, if
You
everything
know, like
grew
It
at the
was
same speed, it'd be so much
yeah,
better.
yeah.
it'd
Well,
be so
exactly, because it's like
if they
okay,
made it,
there's a
it yeah, go ahead.
uh,
Go ahead, go ahead.
I was gonna say if there's like a 4.0 Packy, at least you're gonna be like a 4.0 Meg. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So like, it's I don't know, it's stupid.
Yeah, I think it'd be a lot of people would come back to the game, or the game would be better and more sustainable if they
Yeah,
made it less about
That's about the
l-
time
like
investment.
yeah, less
yeah,
about the time
exactly.
investment and made it to where you could jump in, do
Yeah,
something
and,
with your time you had there and still make an
yeah,
impact, you know?
and that's how it used to be, man. Like way back,
Yeah,
and like
2019, like you could
yeah,
actually when growth was way quicker, like it felt like you actually could have fun.
yeah.
But now it doesn't feel
Yeah, I
like that
mean,
anymore.
it still took a reasonable amount of time to get to 2.0, but it was like, let's say 20 hours instead of 60.
Yeah,
Like,
like
you know what I
like
mean?
like I don't
Like,
know if y'all noticed, but whenever we got on as a big group or as like we would always have a plan. Like, okay,
yeah,
what build do you want to go? How are we gonna avoid the
yeah,
2.0s? What build are we gonna go in order to
yeah,
combat the super
Also,
nested
that's the
dinosaurs?
problem.
But we didn't
That's
yeah,
the
have to do
problem with
that
the
exactly.
game.
before. We didn't have to go, okay,
Yeah,
do you want to go full survival Rex? Okay, we're gonna nest for 5 thick. We're gonna nest for
yeah,
5 con. We
exactly.
didn't have to do that. We'd have to go, okay, let's just go 3 con, 3 thick.
Yeah,
All right, we're good.
And that's
We're
the
gonna have
problem
fun.
with the
yeah,
game.
Like we didn't have to be like, okay, what do you want to nest for? That was never a
yeah, yeah,
question.
That's just the
yeah,
problem with the game. It's the problem you have to even consider how do I do with a 2.0?
Yeah,
yeah,
How do I do this?
yeah,
How do I do that?
yeah, you didn't have to do
yep.
it before.
The
It
main
doesn't
main
work.
problem with the game, like the main problem with the game, this is what's killing it. It doesn't know what it does. It doesn't know what it wants to be.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah,
like I want to be a realistic game, but I want to be PvP. No.
yeah,
yeah, yeah. It's that, and it's the fact that because of the way the game's set up, it has brought the most toxic like player base. Like and it
Favorites is
and
unbelievable.
inspires like it makes people be more toxic. Like, I've noticed times when I was playing Bob and I felt fucking toxic, and I was like, it's the game. Like
yeah,
it's the game. And it's like I don't know. Honestly, what they should do is just allow server hosts to switch the growth rate however they like it.
yeah,
That would fix the
That
gameplay.
would fix everything because you could have one server where it's fucking two times the speed and it's like an arcade game where you get in, you grow fast, you fight people. There's people that are fucking 8.0, but there's also people that are 4.0, like you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
And it's like you have all out fucking wars, grow, whatever. And there's games where they can make it slower or they could just
yeah,
change it their own. Like
yeah,
that's the way it should be.
Yep, I remember Pred saying this. He's like, oh, I don't want to do server customizability because no one will play on officials, and that should be a problem within itself. If no one wants to play
Yeah.
the
yeah,
actual game, then maybe
Yeah.
there's a problem with the actual game.
yeah.
Yep.
If they don't want to play with
And
official rules,
if
like
they're worried about that, then fucking make the official server, make one server with faster growth, one was slower,
yeah,
like, and then you have
Instead of
people
us
that'll play
being
on either
copied
one.
themselves.
bro.
Yeah, exactly.
That free roam server, the free roam servers are the closest this game is ever going to get to quote unquote arcade with how it's going right now.
Yeah,
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 the game was much better when it wasn't focused around like
yeah,
I love the competitiveness of BOB. That's why I played.
yeah,
That's why I made, acro videos on it. That's why I did all that. But that's
yeah,
that's that's what brings me towards the game. But if you're gonna keep that same competitiveness, but then you're gonna
yeah.
start going towards realism and time and devotion, I hate that. Because
He
if you
he's
Yeah.
like, you
combine
can't
competitive,
beat
It's a
like
terrible
if you if
mix.
you if you mix, yeah, if you mix the
The
time
people with more
consumption
time come out on
and
top,
the
no matter what.
competitiveness, they're gonna dump even more time into the
Exactly.
game because they want to be
Yep,
better than the other
exactly,
players. So why would
exactly.
you? And then you have the BOB that's like, I don't think it's competitive. I don't think this. I
it
think
most
it's actually,
definitely
I
No,
think
is.
it's like a
it,
you problem. No, it's not a you problem
yeah,
because I made a video on it. Other YouTubers are making videos on it inspired by me, and hella
yep,
people are reaching out to you guys and you're just ignoring
yep.
it. And
And
I
there's a
wonder
lot of people
why.
leaving.
Like,
Yep. No,
like
This game is
it's
just a
bad.
giant ego stroke when you think about it.
it really is,
Yep.
bro.
You get
It is.
big,
It
you
is.
better than everyone else because you just one shot them with your 10 billion inherit.
Yeah, and it's like that whole where it's like
And
you're
say
2.0 and
GGEs.
yeah, you get to walk around and be like, "Oh my God, look, he's 2.0." Oh,
Yeah,
and
and
then you
then
can feel all king shit about yourself.
yeah.
Like,
See, that's why
Yeah,
I
yeah,
and then you wonder why they have
yeah,
servers like Karma who say you can't say GG in chat. This is how bad it's getting. It's
yeah,
getting to
yeah,
the point where you
exactly,
can't even say GG in chat anymore because it's an
yeah,
ego stroke. Like this game
exactly,
shouldn't this game shouldn't have private servers where they're
yeah,
having to implement rule books larger than the game itself just
yeah,
for the server to be playable. Like
that's why
exactly,
shouldn't be
that's
like
why I
this.
like is like 1.5, 1.6. Like 2.0
yeah,
plus, you're just too big to actually play the game effectively.
yeah.
Because your hitbox is
2.0,
big.
2.0 puts a target on your back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Really
got a
2.0 anything does,
2.0
bro.
Velo and a fucking trope killed me.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, honestly, the game's whole if we have a clan we're better than you thing is what is making these clans,
Right.
these mix packers unofficial too, because we wouldn't have these big ass mix pack groups if it wasn't for the game's design. Like if
yeah,
the game
It
didn't
wouldn't
exactly.
be
revolve around
so
inherits
broken.
and if it didn't
And
revolve around the power creep you get for growing
and
big,
man, like
you wouldn't
if
have
it,
these big ass. I mean, sure you'd still have. I'm not gonna say that. Sure you would still have groups of people who band together, but
oh,
it would be for
you would,
fun. It wouldn't be to dominate an
yeah,
entire server and to shell on
and
everybody. It'd be for
and
fun.
and who cares if they kill you, right? Because if you were growing faster, it wouldn't fucking matter. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you could just get your own group
Like,
and do the same
yeah,
thing. Cause,
exactly.
cause the if it's low risk, high reward, the game would succeed way better than POT,
Yep.
way better than the way better than
Yeah.
Legacy IO.
Oh man,
It
as soon
would
as
it would be the dinosaur game. But since the game is high risk, high reward instead of low
Low.
yeah.
risk, low reward, the game is going to shit. And I think
Well,
that's
the
why.
reward is getting big, and the problem with that is that like it takes so long. So as soon as you get 1.2 plus, you change your whole game style and just start getting really conservative and
Yeah,
No,
don't go
no. But
anywhere,
it's like, what the
sit on
game is
your
like,
ass.
it's extremely high risk with not high enough reward.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
nerf the growth
yeah,
scaling, right? And
yep,
like get big, right? Now you have now with all the clamp on the servers. Now you have a target on your back. They want to
yep,
literally put fucking bounties on your head.
yep.
Yeah.
And you get scared to fight anything because you don't want to die and lose the 240 hours you put into your fucking dino.
Yeah.
Like,
Like
I don't know.
when I grew my 1.9 Scion Nublar back in November, December, that was probably like
Uh,
I didn't know it at the time, but it was probably one of the worst times of my life because
yeah.
I was putting 8 or 9 hours a day into the game,
Bro,
That
yeah, exactly.
and
That's
I was barely eating. I was barely drinking water.
yeah,
I was only getting up to go to the
yeah,
bathroom, and then I was sleeping. That's what
yeah.
I would, and then in the
That's
morning I'm right back on, like that. I'm right back on,
yeah.
and it
That's
shouldn't
what I
be
did for
like
the
that,
macro.
bro. There's no
literally
other
addictive.
game that I've ever played that's gotten me like that before. No other
Yeah,
game. I can't list a
exactly.
single one.
The only time I enjoyed being a 2.2 aggro was when I would run into somebody and they go, "Holy shit,
Yeah,
look, it's
yeah,
Godzilla."
yeah.
That's the
Godzilla,
only time
Godzilla.
I enjoyed the fucking. I didn't enjoy any of the growth. I didn't enjoy anything.
Yeah, I feel you.
Like that. So like literally, there's no reward. Like you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
I wouldn't even hunt shit unless I knew I was gonna kill it because I was 2.2 and I didn't want to die.
yeah. You didn't want it,
Like
like unless you're like hyper
yeah,
competitive, like
yeah,
I would say
yeah,
I'm pretty
exactly.
fucking competitive, so I'd never really get anywhere past 1.4 or 5 because I'm always fighting shit. But
Yeah,
unless you're hyper,
yeah,
not hyper competitive, you're not gonna get big.
yeah, exactly. Like
Like
I would only take fights that I knew I was gonna win.